Hey everyone! Today we are continuing the holiday decorating and getting my kitchen ready for Christmas. I have some simple, affordable, and unique ideas to share with you. Let's go ahead and get started. One of the easiest and simplest ways to make your kitchen feel warm and welcoming is having homemade baked goods. Today I am making chocolate chip sourdough bread. Now I am brand new to sourdough making and this is only the second loaf that I have made, so I am not going through the whole process today because I am no expert and have a ton of learning to do. In fact, to be honest, this loaf didn't turn out the best. It was slightly overcooked. I am trying to figure out the best temperature and time to bake the loaves in my oven, and that requires a little bit of adjusting here and there. So this one got a little bit too done, but I did learn some things, and I am going to be making some adjustments for next time. Next, I wanted to explain how I created this pretty look on my chandelier. I used 5 Norfolk pine stems and linked them together with some floral wire and then attached them to my chandelier. Next, I added in these pine cone ornaments from Walmart with some ribbon and then added the orange garland. I dried my own oranges in a video last year and made this garland, so I will link that video in the description if you are interested in seeing that process. In my cabinets, I actually left quite a bit of the dishes that I use for fall, but to make things feel a bit more festive, I have some leftover ornaments, so I'm going to be adding those into some of my ironstone bowls. I thrifted this sweet little creamer back in the summer, and I have been waiting to pull it out for the holidays. I talk about this often on my channel, but for me, it is important for my home to tell our story, to incorporate pieces with meaning and pieces that bring about that feeling of nostalgia. These Christmas dishes belong to my mom, and I bring these pieces out every year. They remind me of my childhood and bring back memories, which for me is an important part of the holidays. I don't pull everything out of my cabinets when I decorate in this space seasonally. My ironstone collection remains here year-round, and I just change a few things here and there. You can add in a few little pieces without needing to completely change your space and still achieve a very cozy and festive feeling. If you are new here, one thing that I love and do often is to take old decor pieces and repurpose them. This wreath was an older one, and I removed some of the old greenery and replaced it with some new. I also had this garland that I wasn't using, so I decided to cut it apart and tie the little gingerbread cookies to the wreath. This gives me a new piece that I made using old decor pieces. It was simple and easy. Before you buy new, look to see what you have that you can reuse or repurpose and make something new from something old. I always like to preface styling my kitchen table by saying that we have a large kitchen island and we mostly set up there for all of our meals. When we have guests over, we do use our table because it extends and can accommodate quite a few people. So this table doesn't get used on a daily basis, so I do like to style it with a very cozy cottage look. I love to layer my table. It feels very inviting to me. If you are someone who uses their table daily, you could simply just add the floral arrangement and maybe the cake stand, and that would be plenty. These are all just some ideas, and you can certainly edit them to fit the needs in your home. When I decorate my home, I try to come up with practical ways to bring in color. My girls love to snack on apples, and I thought adding a bunch of them to these hanging baskets would add just the right amount of color here without being too much, and my girls can help themselves to the apples. Using seasonal fruit that you and your family enjoys is a practical and festive way to decorate. Clementines and oranges are another great option as well. This year I added these mini wreaths, and these are from Target several years ago. I just used some painter's tape on the inside of my cabinet and then some satin ribbon to hang them. Since I added the wreaths here, that is why I skipped any more greenery in the baskets and added the apples instead. Sometimes thinking outside the box a bit helps to create a home that feels different and unique. I found these vintage cookie cutters back in the summer and decided to add some ribbon and hang them on my peg rail. My friend found these adorable blue and white teacups for me. Some of them are on my tree, but I thought I would bring in some more of the blue into my kitchen by tying two of them to my peg rails. I am also going to add these thrifted napkins and a decoupage ornament that I made in my holiday DIY video. Ornaments aren't just for the tree, they are perfect styling pieces on a peg rail as well. I'd love to know if you all have started decorating for the holidays. Do you wait till after Thanksgiving? Are you someone who waits till the 1st of December, or have you already started? Let me know. When I saw these Currier and Ives plates at the thrift store, I fell in love with the charming scenes on them. In fact, all of the plates in this plate rack and the plate rack itself are thrifted. This is a spot in my kitchen where I have fun mixing and matching patterns. As a mom and a former teacher too, it is important to me that my girls see themselves in our home. I display their artwork and creations in a couple different areas of our home. Elsie made this snowy scene painting, and I wanted to display it in a place where we could all enjoy it. For me, part of the holidays is building those traditions with my girls, baking with them, doing arts and crafts, making memories. This tray matches the gravy boat that I added in my cabinets. It adds just a bit of color over here. Incorporating pieces like this into my home reminds me of how important it is to balance the old with the new. I'd much rather have pieces in my home that have meaning and a story. Pieces like this are ones that I can someday pass down to my girls. I went back and forth how I wanted to style my kitchen island, so I have two variations that I'm sharing with you, and you'll have to let me know which one you like best. The first one has the little fruit topiary tree, and then I'm going to switch that out and add in a cloche with a little cup and saucer. If you are having guests over for the holidays, I thought this would be a sweet way to share some baked goods. You could also put a cake stand here. It is just a nice way to have things out for guests that are easily accessible so they can help themselves. Although I wouldn't always have a setup like this on my counter, it is a nice way to make your kitchen feel inviting for guests. My sourdough, again, needs some work, but that will come with some time and practice. When I decorate my kitchen for the holidays, I always look forward to all of the baking. This year, I am sharing a holiday baking video, which will include all of the special treats that we make, and I'm looking forward to sharing all of them with you. I have one last little spot to style before we take a final look at how everything came together. I have this antique dresser that sits in the area between my living room and my kitchen, and I keep my bottle drying rack here. To dress this up a bit for the holidays, I have these white Santa mugs from Target last year. I believe I found them in the dollar spot, and they were $5 each. I haven't seen these this year though, but you could certainly check your local store. I adore vintage Santa mugs, but they are often so pricey. I found two at a local market this year that weren't too expensive. That's one thing about vintage pieces, you don't need a ton of them. I am adding the two that I found with my Target ones, and I think they work nicely together. This is a great example of how you can balance the old with the new and still achieve a very cohesive look. My DIY bottle brush trees did find their way back over here only because I loved how the bowl of ornaments looked on my coffee table in my living room. The finishing touch is this gingerbread garland that all three of my girls made together last year. Let's take a final look at how everything came together. In this week's Cozy Chats, I wanted to highlight a few things that you can find over on my blog. I post all of the recipes that I share here on YouTube and Instagram over there, and you can download them all for free. There is also a section for downloads where I often share free downloads with all of you. I have a Cozy November checklist here now, and there will be a fun download coming for December, so stay tuned. If you are interested, you can also sign up here to receive my monthly newsletter. As the holidays approach, I wanted to leave you with these words. As always, I hope that you found some inspiration for your home. Next week, we are continuing the holiday decorating in the small, cozy spaces of my home. If you are new here, I hope that you will subscribe and stay a while. I look forward to seeing you all next week.